We had obviously in the first half some problems physically on some positions. We were not sharp, we were not right. We tried to figure out who is ready, and I would say it was not a perfect choice from the beginning. The top players, they really try, they really want, but in the first half some of them couldn't. Obviously second half the boys, we got the momentum and Wolves never could get it back, and that's why we deserved the 3 points.
For us to compete with Liverpool is we have to perform well above our level to go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, and we managed to for maybe 45 minutes definitely. Maybe some of the second half we still carried a bit of a punch, and then obviously their superiority and the subs they can make means they sort of take control of the game, and you need to hang on at that point, and we were. And then the second goal comes out of nowhere, and it looks like a comfortable ending for Liverpool, but it wasn't comfortable for a lot of the afternoon.
We can come up with excuses of, international break and a lot of people travelling, but at the end of the day you have to be ready for the game, and I don't think, it didn't look as if we were. Wolves played very well in the first half, put us under pressure, pressed us high up, forced us into mistakes which we're not used to making, and then we had to react. We had an uphill battle in the second half, and I thought the second half performance was really impressive. I thought we stayed on top, I thought we put them under pressure, and I thought we got our rewards in the end.
Yeah, it was another slow start in a 12:30 kick-off for Liverpool, but they seemed to wake up about 1:30.
Yeah, Wolves were fabulous in the first half, but Liverpool were awful. Had no penetration, they had no focal point with any centre forward. It was a lack of energy. But second half, it all changed, and Robertson was right there. They were superb. All of a sudden, when they bring the substitutes on, it just totally changed. But for the first half, they just had nothing at all. And as I said, they were all the forwards were coming towards the ball in the first half, and that made it so much easier for Wolves to defend. You can see the forwards there, all of them walking towards the ball. Look, no one prepared to go in behind. They've got the ball there in the middle of the park, and that ball should be going out to Jones on that left-hand side there. I don't think that's a difficult pass. But again, just have a look at the forwards, all three of them, fronting up, not going in behind. Wolves comfortable when that ball was played in front of them. No problem at all. Similar thing again, two forwards there. Again, nothing in behind. Wolves comfortable. Yes, they play the ball into Salah, but Wolves won it, and they won it with ease. But in the second half, all of that changed. When Diaz came on, when Nunez came on, when Elliott came on, that ball that I said in the first half didn't go out to the left-hand side. It does now. And that's much better from Liverpool. And all of a sudden, you've got bodies into the box because of that ball goes in behind. Now, nothing happens here with Salah, but what this does is, because of his run there, Wolves then go deeper and deeper. They might go 10 or 15 yards further deeper. And then that allows Liverpool to have the space in front of them, then play. And then that guy Robertson again and Salah. I mean, look at this for a weighted pass. Robertson, the first pass, he follows that one. That is an incredible pass and a great finish there. And all of a sudden, Liverpool are flowing then. Nunez comes on, different problem again for them. Offers pace. Just have a look at Konate and Robertson here, urging all their teammates forward there. And the difference between that and the first half was just incredible. I mentioned the focal point they didn't have. Well, they did when he came on, because he was able to do that into Salah, and the ball comes out to Harvey Elliott. He has his pop-it goal, and he'll be absolutely devastated that this is given an own goal to Bueno. You can see his reaction, but the difference from that in the first half to that in the second half was remarkable. And then they got the 3 points. But there's the two substitutes. The runs into the box were from those two who came on in the second half, not from anyone that started the game. And that was the remarkable turnaround.
Yeah, certainly was. 13 points from 5 games, 3 times they've come from behind. Can there be a threat this season, Danny, your own club?
Absolutely. I think really, really positive signs. Great firepower, good variation in the front line. And the midfield boys, the new ones, look like they're settling in. So lots to look forward to for Liverpool this season.
Obviously their superiority and the subs they can make means they sort of take control of the game, and you need to hang on at that point. And we were. Thought the subs gave us some good legs, and then second goal, like I say, comes out of nowhere at 83rd minute. We get to at 1-1 without Sarr really making a save. I mean, once it goes 2-1, he has to make a couple, but generally Sarr didn't make too many saves. Obviously Liverpool had a lot of the ball and they had a bit of territory, but defended the goal very well. And then the second goal comes out of nowhere, and it looks like a comfortable ending for Liverpool, but it wasn't comfortable for a lot of the afternoon.
I love that summary from Jurgen Klopp. We were really bad in the first half and really good in the second. But talk about chalk and cheese.
Yeah, he's not wrong. I mean,
partly down to how poor Liverpool were. I don't think I've seen them give the ball away as much in a half in my lifetime. It was incredible. They missed Trent Alexander-Arnold and his ability to pass forward. And on the opposite end of that, Wolves were terrific. They were dominant. They won every ball in midfield. They had great energy. And they should have been more than a goal ahead at half-time. And if they take their chances, it's a different game. But it just gave Liverpool something to come out and chase after in the second half. One goal behind. You know Liverpool's firepower. They have the ability to get back into the game. And it showed.
It was some turnaround for some of the South American contingent at Liverpool. They were playing at altitude in midweek, some of them, and couldn't obviously get a full training session in before the game itself. But Luis Diaz was held on the bench until the second half. When he did come on, what an impact he made.
And do you know what? That's the sign of a good manager. It hasn't gone that well in the first half, and he says, right, I need to make changes. And that's what he did. He brings Diaz on, and straight away, Liverpool on the front foot. Everything Liverpool, that was great by Liverpool, it went through him. Now, he just picked the ball up, he was direct, he was running at people, and he started to cause a real problem for Wolves. And, you know, just getting to the byline, getting corners, just making himself busy in that position that's really difficult to pick up.
What will, I suppose, also hearten Jurgen Klopp is this is a bit of a new look Liverpool side, right? He didn't have Virgil van Dijk, he mentioned no Trent, and he's got this new look midfield as well. To show this resilience with this new batch of players would be the best thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the third time this season they've come back from behind to win a game. And, you know, for all how vocal Jurgen Klopp was about this 12:30 fixture and how it'd be difficult for his team, it was his team that looked like they were full of energy in that second half. Like, as the game went on, they looked stronger. It was Wolves that looked tired. So it was important that his team got over this 12:30 hoodoo. I think they'd drawn 3 and lost 3 of the previous 6 games at that time. But they ended up comfortably winning that game.
But more on that, it does make a difference, right? Going into a weekend after the international break, playing the first game when players have been away on international duty rather than the 3 o'clock game.
I mean, most managers will probably want to play the 3 o'clock game rather than the 12:30 because your whole routine gets changed.
Yeah.
So, you know, as you said, the results they've had in the past hasn't been that good. So to get that result today, and I think what knocked the stuffing out of Wolves was the chance that they missed the second opportunity to go 2-0 up. If they'd have done that, all of a sudden you go on from there.
So 3-1 Liverpool, temporarily top of the Premier League. They needed a big second half. They certainly got it. And they were level, Macca, inside 10 minutes of that second half. And as you say, Gakpo got it, but it was always the plan he was coming off, and off he came.
Yes, and it was a drive forward by Slobodan. Luis Diaz was excellent in this second half, was involved. Jota played and Mo Salah. I mean, it wasn't a lot of great play, to be very honest, just intricate passing, and it falls to Jota, and he's the one who sort of slows it down, puts in Salah. Whether it looks as if it was a pass, to be honest, because he's not a lot of power with his right foot. And Gakpo in the right place at the right time for an easy tap-in. As I said, he was coming off regardless because he was still not happy, Jurgen Klopp, with how the game was going, or certainly the pace of the game.
Yeah. Andy Robertson, 200 Premier League games for Liverpool with the captain's armband on, with a striker's finish for the second.
What a finish as well. I mean, I have to say, I think, you know, when the goalkeeper gets the ball here, I don't think you are allowed to do what Liverpool players are doing there. But Michael Howard let it pass and they not looked at it. Once the ball gets to Salah here, and that little touch there is unbelievable. And we see it from the other side. That is an unbelievable touch.
What about the goalkeeper here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's an infringement. He's trying to start the game quick. I don't think you're allowed to do that. But let's not take away the quality of this pass here and then the finish. That is outstanding. We see the pass here. And then that, I mean, that's just quality. And you know, for Andy Robertson, you know, to celebrate his 200th game, you can't do it any better.
It's a really nice finish. We know he's left-footed, but actually sometimes it's harder to let it roll across your body and open your body up. Sometimes it's easier to scoop it with your right foot. So the fact that he did it, it was a lovely finish. If Salah scores those type of goals, everybody's all over the place. But a left-back doing it, it's a lovely finish.
Well, what's really good about that is he's been in that situation many, many times before, but as a defender, and then he's kicked it the other way, that he actually had, you know, the technique to do that. It's a really, really good finish. And it wasn't unexpected. It wasn't. We were talking about it. You know, you don't take your chances, which Wolverhampton never did in the first half. They missed some very, very big chances. And it was just so obvious as soon as Diaz came on, that extra energy, that directness.
Yeah.
And
his first goal since May 2022, which was against Wolves. Now, Harvey Elliott got the winner in the FA Cup tie, actually, at Molineux last season. He thought he got the third today, but Mac has taken it from him.
Mac hasn't taken it from him.
It's a Bueno own goal.
I mean, this was lovely, wasn't it? Again, Darwin Núñez, who's come off the bench, has an immediate impact, showing his strength. Salah, another assist, but that'll be taken away from Salah, but it's going wide, isn't it? He gets a yellow card for his celebrations. Harvey Elliott, and the goal's going to get taken off him, and it just comes off the 17, Bueno's foot. It's just going wide.
as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 3 assists and 3 goals.
Yeah.
That would have been really good.
This is the angle.
This is the angle, yeah.
It's going well wide.
When he strikes,
it's going way wide, yeah.
I think it's hitting the O in that.
There's the one.
Yeah, it's hitting the O.
And the fact that it cannons off the post, it's clear, isn't it? It's unfortunate for Harvey Elliott, but
But you also saw from that clip how direct and how much more energy that Liverpool came out with in the second half. He must have had a big halftime talk. He was so unhappy in the first half, and that's where, you know, the manager. First of all, he has a halftime talk. I don't know what he said to McAllister. Go and sit on the notice steps, because he was the first one out.
Yeah, he was out, yeah.
He was out there.
Yeah.
So when Diaz was actually being prepared to come on, you know, he was behind, you know, and you can see how unhappy he was. So, but it's great managerial work. Every substitution he made today had an impact.
Yeah. 13 points. 9 of them have come from losing positions, which is not what you want to be, but it's a very good strength of Liverpool's that they're developing, and they're 16 unbeaten now.
Yeah, and when you look at Liverpool, it's clear to see, isn't it? The way they play, they're going to score goals, but they are going to concede them. They're going to get interesting, exciting matches because they are very vulnerable at the back. You know, when Trent pops into the midfield or when Joe Gomez popped into midfield today, they looked as if they could have conceded 1, 2, 3, particularly in the first half. So it's going to be a ride watching Liverpool this year because it's going to be a lot of ups and downs. They're going to concede goals aplenty.
But, as I mentioned, it took them 10 games to win 4 last year. It's important, we know Manchester City and their 100% record, to just try early doors to stay as close to them.
Yeah, I don't think they can. I don't think if there's a team that it might be Arsenal, but that's a big might. I don't think anyone can stay with Man City. We're just looking at that lineup today, and you look at their back four. I mean, you got to compete with that. You know, it's Walker, Diaz, Akanya, and Guardiola. How can you compete with that? You can't match it. And Liverpool for sure can't match it. I agree with you. They're very vulnerable at the back.
What I would say about this time last year, Liverpool had Jota and Luis Diaz out in long-term injuries, and people forget. And it's a bit like Man United this year. They've been hit with a load of injuries earlier on. And if you're not a Man United fan, you don't feel the full force of this injury list happening.
You do when you're around Peter Schmeichel.
Well, but you do when you support the team. So you can't compare like with like of last year because Liverpool were much weaker this time around last year. But I'm really glad that they're sitting at the top and not sitting in, you know,
and they might stay there today because Man City are playing the European champions.
Yeah, both are. 1-0 against Liverpool at Molineux at half-time. They've been excellent, but which adjective would you use to describe your form?
We need more than 15 minutes of half-time, don't we, I think, to talk about how awful Liverpool have been. I thought they were terrible, to be honest. Is it a surprise? Recent form, yes. At this time, I saw them last year away at Bournemouth, and they had a first half like that to remember. I saw them away at Nottingham Forest. They were bottom of the league at this time last year, and they had a first half to remember. So it's not a surprise to me, but they need to wake up. Andy Townsend said in commentary, they could easily take 4 or 5 off, easily, and probably they deserve to take 4 or 5 off. But they need to do something sharpish because this is a terrible performance today.
We touched on it before the game, the back four. You know, look at Matip here. You know, you make a decision. Either you go tight or you go back so you can win time and for your team to recover. I think he should go tight. But he's half road, you know, and it's not good. He gets time to turn around. Even Jurgen Klopp, as soon as this happens, you know, he realises that this is a problem, you know. And then it's casual the way the run backs go. No one's charging. You know, I mean, again there, Matip, he's got a chance to put a foot in and stop the dribble. He doesn't. Gomez is so passive. I mean, okay, it's a little bit of a lot that's required here, but it's Wolverhampton. You know, since February, you know, they've been warned about this because in February, it happened again. It was massive. Again, involved. This was 7 minutes in. At least they lasted 7 minutes this time.
A couple of minutes more.
In that game, it was only 5 minutes. And, you know, it's the same picture, so passive. Actually, in this game, the only difference is that he wasn't playing that game. Trent Alexander-Arnold was. Other than that, it was the same back four. And it's sloppy, the same sloppy defending.
Yeah.
And you know, you go to certain grounds, you know, you go to certain grounds and you have this feeling about it.
Yeah.
And they might have a feeling about the Molineux, that it's not a great place to play.
They know today.
But it's something, if you're Liverpool, you have to put yourself above that. And when Jurgen Klopp sprinted in the half-time, I know what he's doing. He's preparing 1 or 2 substitutes because
it's not just the defenders, is it, Pete? It's the midfielders. Sloboslai and McAllister they've been equally as bad.
Well, you've noted so many examples of the ball being given away.
I mean,
so cheaply,
I mean, they look fatigued. They look fast asleep. They look as if they've played international games. This was early on. McAllister, an awful ball, and then he brings Cunha down and gets a yellow card 4 minutes in. And it just continued to happen time and time and time again. And in previous games, Sloboslai and McAllister rain plaudits down on them because they've been excellent. Today, they have to take the negative, and every time they tried to feed the ball through, Wolves have virtually allowed them, go on, play it through there, and have got the ball back and counter-attacked. I mean, Liverpool are weak defensively. And, you know, Joe Gomez is now playing like this inverted right-back. He's starting at right-back and then going into play at centre midfield. He doesn't need to do that. All they need to do today is keep it tight and win the bloody game 1-0. That's all they need to do. And this looks as if it's going to be one of the worst performances of the season.
Jurgen Klopp yesterday in his press conference was sort of a little bit angry about this 12:30 kickoff and players coming in from everywhere in the world. They have 7 players in their starting 11 who was on international duty, but so has Wolves. Okay, 4 of them was with Portugal.
Who, let's point out, have been excellent.
Brilliant.
As well.
They have. Brilliant. So the fatigue thing, I don't agree with that.
The only frustration for Wolves will be that they're only 1 up. I mean, how is this not 2-0?
Yeah, I mean, it's farcical in a way. I think he gets caught between kicking the ball or heading the ball, and then but again, you know, the reason it's not 2-0 or 3 or 4, you know, they have to talk about that in their dressing room, because this is the danger. We saw this Wolverhampton side against Man United completely dominating at Old Trafford. Cunha missed a massive chance to win the game, actually. Now, they've given Liverpool an opportunity to go back into the dressing room and regroup. The manager, you see, he's already at it. This is halfway through the first half. He's already at it. He's managing his team. He's changing it, that's for sure. Liverpool can come out now 1-0 down, not 2-0 down or 3-0 down, and turn this game around by one goal, and it's a complete difference. And Wolverhampton, they can sit in that dressing room now thinking, yeah, we've done well. But we have not taken that opportunity out there.
Have to go again.
Category for any football fan, should the chance come his or her way. Anfield is the venue. My name is Derek Ray, and with me in the commentary position is the Arsenal legend Lee Dixon. And looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League coming right up. Might be a chance here. And a goal! Just what the fans wanted to see. The ideal way to begin.
Well, looking at this again, he's onside thanks to a lovely through ball. And then through on goal, you never really had any doubt he was going to slot that away. Good finish. Well, all the hard work has paid off, but the manager knows a lot more has to be done to secure this game.
Underway once more. Liverpool have the lead. Good-looking sequence. Moutinho. It's with Ruben Neves. Neves. Won it back. Oh, a perfectly timed pass. Oh, surely. A goal here, giving his team precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves to celebrate it.
Well, here's the replay. Super fast counter-attack football at its best. And he had choices of what type of finish to apply. And bang, he goes for the smash. Lovely goal.
It's going their way, 2-0.
Goal for Liverpool. Number 9, Roberto Firmino.
Well, he's given us away. Wijnaldum. Roberto Firmino. He's in behind. Salah! A goal! And it seems they're truly cruising to victory here.
Well, here it is again, and it's all about the pace in transition. They were so quick to get out from the back, and because he's on his own, he collects himself and he finishes it perfectly past the keeper.